Hello everybody, this is Simon with Let's Play Sonic 2006. After perhaps the most pointless part of Sonic's story, we are now going to enter the stupidest part of Sonic's story, if not the entire game. I'm hyped for it, are you? Wonderful, let's get going. I can already spoil you, this is going to be another breadcrumb situation where there is no real way to miss what we have to do next. So again, the way to White Acropolis remains a bit of an outlier here. This one here is just really obvious, but there is actually something kind of fun we're going to do first, and that is we will go shopping. We will finally have a use for our rings, and I can heartily recommend to anyone who is playing along, you poor souls, to actually do this as well. The green gem isn't super important, it's kind of fun, but the red gem, whoa, the red gem is incredibly broken. The blue gem gives us max speed on demand, so I'm not going to get it. I am not going to get it. And apart from the joke, it is actually kind of useless. So anybody, wait, do you want to see what my green shoes can do, people? Awesome. So this is something that has confounded me for quite a while when I first played this game. You actually use the D-pad to switch these, and look at how slow this guy walks. Amazing. So again, the green gem makes a tornado appear, which can be kind of useful, and the red gem makes everything in the game slow down even more than it usually is. So yeah, this is a bit of a bad example because we are in Soliana and things are always slow here. But yeah, as long as you hold down the right trigger after you have used the D-pad to change to the red gem, everything around you will be about half as fast while you move at normal speed. And this is insanely good because, and now we can finally see it in action, Sonic's energy bar is broken. It never depletes. That means that we can always be at double speed in comparison to everything else, and this includes in-game timers. That also means that from now on we can just completely break every time bonus in the game. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, we are again in this gigantic map of the jungle, and we are again not going to explore a single bit of it because we are already at our objective. So these three things need to light up, which is just cosmetic. The only thing we have to do is complete 3 town missions, which we see the first one being selectable already. But let's just check out the castle first, because this, whoa, don't know what happened there, seems to be our objective. So we need to fulfill the town missions to get here, but I'm here. So what's the point? Well, the thing is we actually need to get to the roof, which makes, again, no sense. Why would we need to go up there? But whatever, I digress. Let's celebrate again that we have the new gems and see if they can actually help us with the town missions. They're not going to help us. I will never be ready for this. So this test of intelligence is, as I've already said, incredibly stupid. There is nothing you need here regarding intelligence except for figuring out one tiny bit of trickery, which admittedly had me stumped a little bit at the beginning because I didn't remember. What this is a teleport maze, which is, you know, a gameplay feature that is always beloved by gamers of all ages. You just pick one of those options at random and you go from 1 to 4, which I more or less intuitively did here, and then you teleport back to the start because it is random, as I said. I want to get an S rank immediately, so I'm going to quit here. Now I'm going to show off a few other runs because, you know, number 4 here, maybe it's here. Oh no, we're back at the start again. Wonderful. Where could it be? Let's see. Maybe it is this one. Oh, no, I'm back at 2, so which one is the correct one? Where am I? Oh, number 3. Amazing. So this? Okay, which is the correct one? Which is the correct... Ah, it's the one behind me! That's the smart thing here. That's the intelligence you need. But missed the spring because those send you out at physics speed. That means if you dash through them with a homing attack, which, you know, would make sense, all things considered, because you want to go as fast as possible, then you very likely shoot out and overshoot your target. And then you get confused because the camera is sometimes irregular. And which one of these is the correct one? I think it's this one. Oh, wow, wonderful. I love it. Amazing. Where am I? Number 2, here, maybe. Oh, beautiful. God, I hate this. It is absolutely no fun. And I don't think that there is really much to defend about this. And, like, I enjoy this game generally, but there is just. What is this? This is nothing. This has nothing to do with intelligence. It's just random chance, more or less. So how did I do here? 21 seconds. That's not bad. Wonderful. I passed. I can't remember if I actually held down the trigger to slow down time here, because even with the blunder it worked. Generally, you know what to do. When you reach number 4, you jump back into the one which you seemingly came from, even though you did not, because these are not two-way portals. They are just here and plop you down somewhere else. Okay. Hey Tails, are you watching this? Maybe you could have just picked me up and carried me to the goal? No? Okay, whatever then. So are you doing your own version of the trials alongside? That would be fun, wouldn't it? Whew, test of courage. This one is the best of these three, which is not a very high bar to clear, because it is just pure combat, except that you can't get hit. And in an engine as janky as this one, oh boy, this one took quite a while to finish the very first time I did it. You want to kill the invisible enemy, because the invisible enemy kills every other enemy around it, which, it's just a leader type, and having the leader hidden makes sense, I guess. There is more here. And again, killing one of them kills the other. That's beautiful. And it makes the spring appear, which is part of why this is actually quite unintuitive. If you just follow the red dots and miss the spring, then you're like, oh, up there. Okay, how do I get up there? So that's a bit annoying. And then you have to follow this convoluted path, which again makes little sense because you could just walk here. And I don't think you have to actually, but this is the way the mission guides you, and I usually advocate for just letting the mission guide you. Now there is an actually difficult enemy here. This guy here with 6, what's it called, options, and I don't know what hit me, but I have 0 rings, and yeah, as I said, janky engine plus one hit challenge doesn't quite mix really. And yeah, there can stuff like this can happen where just the ground and the homing attack don't quite mix. I was out of homing attack, and this one was beautiful. The enemy just spawned on top of me, and these are just these kind of things which you have to know. Now I'm gonna test the new attack. Isn't that amazing? It's brilliant. It got me killed because it locked me in place for quite a while. You would think it's useless. It's not actually useless. It's situational. Oh yeah, and sometimes these things leave electricity behind, and I don't know when they do it. I don't know. It's inconsistent, and you really, really want inconsistency when you can't afford to get hit, right? But I'm being a little bit too down on this. This is fine as a challenge in a vacuum, but it does drain your lives right in front of maybe the legit hardest level in the game, which is really fun. You might game over in that, and if you forget to save, then ow, that's fantastic. That hurts so good, because then you have to do all of this nonsense again. But the other problem is, of course, loading screens. Yeah, every time you fail this, you have a loading screen to get back to the hub world. And then you have a loading screen to get back to the mission statement, and then you have a loading screen to get back into the mission, and then you die immediately and have to do the entire thing over and over again. Beautiful. Anyway, this is it. That's it. It's not a long mission, and I was using judicious slowdown to get an even better time bonus so that I would never have to do this ever again. And of course, slowdown can help you against the enemies, but if it makes the enemies too slowly spawning, then again they might ambush you by spawning on top of you, so be aware of that. But generally it's not too bad. It's the last one that's definitely the worst. Not from a gameplay perspective, so I really shouldn't comment on it, because I promised that this would only be a gameplay let's play, but there is not much gameplay here. What we have to do is do a moral choice, a story thing, role playing. I don't know how to best describe it. It's going to be tough for sure. Do we choose Amy, who we have said 3 words to? Thank you, Amy, I think, in a cutscene. I don't watch them, so I don't know. Or do we choose Elise, who we actually spent some time with? I know what I would roleplay as. And that is just a little bit of exploration of this hub world, and then I'm going to roleplay as Ludwig II. I hope you're familiar with Bavarian history. Okay, but you know, it's mandatory, you have to do it, but yeah, as I said, we barely interacted with Amy. Her love for us is entirely one-sided, and it makes absolutely more sense that Sonic would have a certain connection with Elise. Love? Yeah, let's not get into this too much, but we overcame the trial. Amazing. We got the 30,000 point bonus time. Yeah. If you want an S rank, here is an extremely easy S rank for you to get. Extremely easy 2000 rings we can pump into the next chart upgrades that are actually good. Wonderful! Let's never talk about this again. And now we can finally head to the old castle using the eagle that has spawned, but I want to check out something real quick beforehand. First of all of these are lit now, which I guess summoned the eagle. Wonderful, but also there's somebody missing here, you know, who maybe had to overcome his own trials of love. Don't know for what, for machines. Do you choose the mecha? Or do you choose the invisible walkie-talkie? Tails, you goddamn traitor! You can fly! Why couldn't you just take me up here? You know? Skip all of this nonsense. For that crime I'm going to phase into you. Beautiful. So yeah, this is probably hopefully going to be one of the most negative episodes of the entire Let's Play, but seriously, what am I going to say about all of this nonsense? Next time, after we save, a very hard, a very long, but also a very satisfying level. Look forward to it, I certainly am. Thank you very much for suffering with me through this, and thank you for your attention.